Okay. Hello. Good evening, guys. Good afternoon, actually, from your end. Yeah. Good afternoon. It's good to have you guys here. And let me just check if audio is good. Uh, okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to today's session. And it's like really super exciting for me to always be here to teach you guys and to learn with you because even during the learning sessions I am also even during the teaching sessions I'm also learning, right? Because as a teacher, when you teach you get to learn, and I'm so proud of the work that we are doing together. All right, so it's really super exciting for me. Let me drop it on the group for this to know that we have started. Okay. I'm so proud of the work that we are doing here, and it's super exciting and fun for me. Really, like sincerely, it's super fun for me, and I really hope it's also super fun for you. Because you get to learn like employable skills, something that you can use for yourself, for your business, and I'm here. uh, Jumoke, what's going on? Why are you asking where is our lecturer? uh, uh, okay, so I don't know. Do we have another lecturer? But responding to what Jumoke said, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Really, welcome. And Joy is always here. Joy, welcome. Tech Nexus, welcome. Chineye, welcome. WordPress Guru, welcome. Jay, welcome. Adebayo, Emeka, welcome. Uh, Hamdiyatu, welcome. Blessing, welcome. Chineye, welcome. All right, so welcome, guys. Let's see if we can wait for a couple of seconds for others to join, because today is going to be like uh, today is going to be like a very interesting session, right? We'll be looking at how to build web applications using FlutterFlow. Someone is talking about my hair. Ah, okay. I think that's why Jay asked what happened to the lecturer. Okay, yeah, I loosened my hair. Okay, so yeah. Um you guys are like family. it's good to it's good to hear some comment like that. Yeah, so yeah, I loosened my hair, and yeah, so just different hair and different I'm using a different place today to make the recordings. I think from Monday. Okay, Monday I'm not going to be teaching again officially, but I will be taking on labs. But I will be using a different place, but nearly a permanent place. Yeah, I will be using a more official place to record my videos and to have the classes. I'll be using a more interesting space. Yeah, so but for now I I just use my room. The previous place you are used to is my room, and then here is just like somewhere outside my room. Yeah, it might be slightly noisy at some, not noisy, people will be opening doors somehow. So all right, let's just wait for a couple of seconds or minutes, just one more minute. Let's see if we can have more people. Okay, guys. Okay, meanwhile, I hope you guys had like a wonderful weekend. I really hope you had a wonderful weekend. And yeah, Bami, welcome. Benita, welcome. Good to see you guys. And congratulations for making it to the fourth week. This is the week that I really expect you guys to have a solid hands on this thing. Yeah, like you should be able to reach a point where you begin to have some form of muscle around the whole Flutter business, right? And it's really necessary that you begin having like a clue how things work, right? Such that if you have a situation, a problem, maybe a particular feature you want to implement on your application, you don't necessarily have to go to maybe YouTube to search. You just try these things out yourself after getting a couple of ideas from how things work, right? So that's like it. All right, guys, we are 5 minutes into the time, and we start now. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about web development, web application development with FlutterFlow. So I know we have been working on focusing on building what is it called? We've been focusing on building mobile applications with FlutterFlow. All right, but FlutterFlow allows you to build cross platform applications, but for iOS, Android, and of course the web. All right, and since we can deploy applications to the web, that means it's very possible for us to design applications for the web. The web publishing that we have been doing is just a feature embedded, created by FlutterFlow, the FlutterFlow team, to make it such that you can deploy your application to the web easily, because it's a little bit complex to have to download your application as APK and then install it and then run it to see how it really works, right? But now now you can actually get to what is it called? You can actually get to test your application on the web and see how it runs, like even in real time, without having to like get it as an APK first, right? So that's like one of the beautiful things about web publishing. All right, and congratulations to everyone that participated in the competition. We're going to have another one, and that's going to be like the last, not like the last competition, but the last one for this cohort. After that, you start your project, right? I'm super excited, and I'm really preparing for the project part, because I want you guys to build like top-notch applications. So we're not going to be looking at using templates, right? So it's going to be like real applications. You guys will build like real applications that will be sellable, right? I will help you guys sell it, and of course, by I mean we. That's Talcon, Talcon and no code for us, right? Will help you sell the projects. So if it's your personal project, like it's your startup idea and all of that, that's fine. So you build your stuff. But if it's just a generic project, like let's say an e-commerce store, a portfolio application and all of that, so we can create a situation where you can resell it, right? So we'll give you a store to put it up, and then we will help you sell it. So I personally have a very large community on LinkedIn, and I am very open to helping you guys like promote you. Really, I'm very open to promoting. If you observe, most of the guys that always post on LinkedIn and tag me, I always engage, right? I always engage and respond, right? So I will definitely try to help promote you guys like as much as I can, because the essence of you being part of this is for you to grow. And if you grow somehow indirectly on our journeys, right? So life is not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? So in our marathon, there's a huge possibility that my current investment in you will yield something that will be helpful to me and to other people later. So that's just how it is. So let's talk, let's do work now. So I'm gonna make a presentation and then we can like officially start. Meanwhile, you guys should try and open up your mind, and let's have a very interesting time. Okay, so where do we start from? Meanwhile, I'm very excited about the Talcon project. Like the things that I am designing, it's like super cool. Like I think I'm just gonna show you guys briefly the things that I'm working on. I mean, the Talcon project. This is the application that that we will help, like we will use to help you get more jobs. It's like super complex, but I believe that with the platform, wait, my system is slow. With the platform, you guys will be able to like get like lots of jobs from this, like lots of jobs. So I think I'll just take you through some of the designs I have made, maybe just some cool things that I have done. So see stuff like this, it's like really cool. Let me see, is there a practical one I could demo? there's one design I'm particularly excited about, but I can't really remember the name. Let me see here. Okay, so we actually had sorry, I'm gonna get distracted at some point. Like, I mean, I might just get excited and then uh check something. So I wanted to check the name of this screen. So it's called job post. So I just want to try one and just show you guys something. I'm just excited about everything here. We're doing like really creative designs, like some really mad stuff here. So job post. Okay, I think this should be the one. Okay, let me just see if it's gonna give me what I'm looking for. Yeah, so it's like super cool. Future. Nice. See something. I love FlutterFlow. You see, this thing is gonna be like this stuff that I'm just doing right now. It's super difficult on code. To get it right on code, it's gonna take you like a lot of time. But look at how simple Flutter has made this be. Like, look at how sleek and beautiful that is, right? So, um, our application is like industrial application. Like, it's really complex. Lots of collections, a lot of databases, a lot of sub collections. It's like very mad, right? So yeah, it's like super mad and really really cool, like super cool. This is just the low fidelity, right? Low fidelity. We haven't moved it to high fidelity yet. We needed to just like complete the designs. All right, so just basic. When we complete the designs, we will be able to set up some other things. Like, I just love the whole vibes around FlutterFlow. It's like super cool. I just love everything here. And then for the part that has to do with components, I like this whole scenarios where you have to like set up some components and use in your project. Yeah, so like it's super really nice. Okay, I can't really demo just the components. I think I've showed you guys something like this. All right, so okay, let's start. Let's go to FlutterFlow. All right. I really hope my system doesn't drag. And cool enough, you guys heard about the project we discovered, the Eden project. Yeah, we came up with a very cool name for it, Eden. Right. So we'll try to see how we can improve it and make sense out of it. All right. So for now, we're going to just use it as a practice project until we get something good out of it. So meanwhile, let me take you guys through what we did the last time. Like, I mean, I'll just show you what we did, and then we're going to be creating the web version of this from start. And yeah, so this is what we did, and we called it Eden. The idea is for it's a platform, right? It's a platform that uh helps girls, right? Girls can get to set up their profile. They can come here to profile and set up their profile. They put their name, email address, location, education, hobbies, their Facebook links, right? Then they can save changes and of course upload their pictures. When they set all of these, the idea is for them to set up lots of things about themselves, like things that they would normally not really post in public, and they only want specific people that they give access to see it, right? So they can put things like their current relationship status, when the last relationship ended. So their spec, girls have spec, right? I think guys also have spec. So their spec, I don't know, maybe their career goals, the number of kids they want to have, and whether they want a well detailed traditional marriage or marriage ceremony. um they can get to put a lot of things in these places, right? Such that when they meet a new person, let's say, the whole talking stage scenario, you can be in talking stages with 5 people, and it can be really boring, right? So and stressful. So you might end up seeing someone new, and the person is like, tell me about yourself. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I have to start all over again. And guys also have that same problem, right? Yeah, so guys have that same problem. And so we will at some point improve this application to be both male and female, right? So if you're a guy, you can also create an account. I think we can even do that in today's class. If you're a guy, you can also create an account. If you're a girl, you can also create an account. And then with that, you can refer your users, like not users, you can refer your admirers to use the platform to check more details about you. All right. Guys, I'm sorry about my background. It's a bit noisy. I gave you guys a disclaimer in advance. Yeah. So okay. So basically, what I'm going to do right now is I'm trying to take you guys through the application. So this for profile. We're gonna have it for both parties. We're gonna have it for male and female, right? So we might just change a profile male, something like that. We just make it unique, right? So, but we're gonna create it from scratch, right? Yes, we're gonna start all of this from scratch. I'm just showing you. Then we have a login screen. Then we have it is designed that the first time user shouldn't have to log into the application, right? Yeah, the first time user, I mean the guy that is coming on the platform to maybe check up a particular profile, they don't necessarily need to log in. But the thing is this, eventually both people will have profiles on the application, right? So because a guy that is coming to check out a girl might have already set up his profile for another girl to check him up. Yeah, it's not a dating platform, it's not a dating application, it's just for that main purpose of just helping you reduce the length of your talking stages. Because by that line, right, I wrote it on WhatsApp, and what I meant by that is sometimes talking stages takes too long, and it even gets unnecessary because maybe the person is not even your specification. Like, you don't really, there's some things about the person you don't like, or when you get to know about it, you won't like it. Yeah, maybe they are, I don't know, maybe you don't like their career path, you don't like their uh some people don't want to have children, right? So yeah, they don't want to have kids for whatever reason. And of course, imagine being in a talking stage with the person and eventually dating the person, and you just got to know that the person doesn't want to have kids. So, but not if at all, with this application, you can get to identify most of these things upfront and know who to still keep in your talking stage and who you shouldn't keep in your talking stage again. All right, so enough of that. So here we have the profile for this, the start single. Start single here will just show one user, which will only be possible, like you can only see this user if at all you have a passcode. All right, then there's another part where you can see lots of other users, lots of other people, girls, right? So we'll try to set up this kind of scenario, but now we're going to set it up for the web. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go set things up for the web. All right, so this is it. We're going to create a new project. So we'll call it Eden Web. All right, so Eden Web. So Eden Web. All right, so that's the name of the application. So we click on, let me be a bit interesting. So it's a name of an application. So Eden Web. Ooh, this even sounds really cool. But I always like one word startup names. So click on create blank. This is done on FlutterFlow, right? So yeah, and then click on next step, and we need to provide a Firebase project ID. If you know me very well, I like going through this process step by step, so I don't like skipping it. So let's go ahead and then let's set this up. Let's add another project. So we say Eden Web. All right, so Eden Web, and we click. This is Firebase, guys. So I might skip some steps today, not like really. So I believe that somehow you get to know this, though it's still gonna be beginner friendly, like I said. Okay, so all right, and that's perfect. Okay, so I'll click on continue and then turn on Google Analytics. I don't want it in my project, and then I will begin creating the project. So Firebase is currently provisioning resources for my project, and it's going to make it such that as soon as I am done, I have been able to successfully create all the different files that is supposed to help make my Firebase really work. So that's it. I'm not doing any of those things. It does it for me. It's really cool. You don't need to do lots of configuration. Like the only configuration you need to do are the things that I'm about doing. So for us to get the project ID, we have to come here, click on the settings icon, click on project settings. All right, and then copy the link here. So I can just go ahead and then copy this link. And then before you leave this particular screen, just go ahead and come to users and permissions, click on add member, and then add Firebase as an editor. So Firebase at FlutterFlow. You have to make sure that their spellings is correct. And so Firebase at flutterflow.io, then create it as put it up as an editor and click on done, and add it as a member. So like this, now you have set up your like you've connected Firebase and Flutter, like you've given permission for Firebase to make changes to your FlutterFlow project. You've also done the same thing for FlutterFlow via Firebase, right? So this is a very important step. Without doing that, if you went ahead and came here and just pasted the product ID and clicked on connect, it will show you an error. Yeah, so that's why we had to do it in advance so that we don't get to waste time on it. So many of us already know that, so I didn't have to like excessively specify it. So after that, just click on auto generate config files. But before we do that, just turn on this on, because we are going to use authentication in our application. Authentication here is users are going to be able to log into your application. They're going to be able to create an account. So that's authentication. They'll get authenticated via Firebase. Then of course they'll be creating new documents inside the collections. Collections are like databases, right? So we clicked on that, clicked on auto generate config files, and then click on generate files. Now, okay, so we'll wait for a couple of seconds. It says here this should take under a minute, so that's why I said a couple of seconds. And if your network is good and your system is fast, there's a huge possibility that you'll get this done quickly. I think that was less than 15 seconds. And then here you can just come to the entry page. Entry page is like the very first page that your users get to see without having to log in. Then we have like entry page and the logged in page. Logged in page is when they have put in their details, username and password, or email and password, and then log into your application. That's when they have access to the logged in page, right? So, but for this entry page, we want the entry page for Eden, right? So we are creating the web version for Eden. So I think what we would do right now, let's just go ahead and set it up, because now it is going to show us things like mobile views, right? So because by default, FlutterFlow was created for mobile at first, right? So it's going to just show us this, and we don't want to create a mobile application, right? We want to create a web application. So we will have to change the views, right? So how do we go about that? Let's just go ahead and then select the screen we want. Then later on we will switch it and change things. Okay. So the screen we want to use is going to be this screen. So I'm using this screen for our onboarding. So the onboarding screen is going to be the screen that our users get to see before they log into the application, before they do anything in the application, right? So I'll click on this, use my team, and I'll call this onboarding. All right. Yeah. So onboarding screen, just onboarding is okay. So I have that. Then the logged in page. Here, the logged in page is going to be the page that the user gets to see when they logged in. So for these, I think what they should do is let's have an intermediary, right? Yeah. So let's have an intermediary. Should we do it like that? I'm thinking about it. There are two ways around it, but we can create something like that. Let's have a screen that says uh okay, let's see, that can display two buttons, right? Two buttons that says male, female. So you want to go to your account, so one should say male, and male, and then female, like male users, female users, something like that. So it takes them to two different profiles, right? So and then later on we can even find an automatic way of setting things up such that they don't need to click a button. It can just easily identify them from their settings, right? So should we do it like that or not? Okay. Okay, so let's just do it manually, then we will set things up. Let me see. We will correct things towards the end at some point. I'm just looking for, I need some sort of screen. Let's do least content. That was content I was looking at. Settings. Just looking for a screen that might likely have what I need. Okay, so I haven't seen what I need. So okay, so let's go ahead and let's just use this. We will use automatic scenario. So let's click on that, and then let's say this is going to be, let's set it up for a profile. This is profile female. Let's say a female profile. Female profile. Yeah, so it's okay. I don't really have like very cool skills in naming these things. Okay, so after that you click on start building. Now we have some errors here, but let's try to see if we can fix them quickly. So navigate action for button set to page that doesn't exist. So you can, when you have, after you've gotten like templates, like test templates, right, for your project, the very first thing you need to do is make sure that you fix these errors first. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to bring me to the error. All that I just need to do is delete it, because it simply means that there was an action in the CarryCom template, right? That is not linked to an existing screen. So I delete that one. Now my errors has reduced from 4 to 3. I click on this. It takes me to another one. Just keep doing that and delete the errors, and you'll be fine. Then let's go ahead and come here, come to click on this as well. The same thing, just delete it, delete action. And then we have just one left. Click on it. Okay, it says here reference for database update action not properly set. So let's click on it and see what the text says. Okay, same problem. So delete action chain totally. So we take up everything. All right, so we're good, guys. Now we have these. So let's just do some basic. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to do some basic setup. Yeah, let's just delete these things. Okay, so I will click here to just add a real app bar, right? So it makes sense like that for me. Okay, so all right, now we have this thing set up. Now don't forget, the class is for us to learn how to build web applications, right? So why are we setting up things for web, for mobile? All right, so it's quite simple. So for web, all you just need to do is change your screen size. Yeah, just to change your screen size. Now, if you observe, I think I haven't really been talking about screen size a lot, but let's use this time to just talk about it a little bit. So here, this can allow you to switch to dark mode and all of that, and then this can allow you to see, like, puts a casing around it, like more like a mock-up. All right, so that you can see how your app looks like. And then here is another kind of app, not really app. It says hide resize handlebars. So it just gives you like a long rectangle feel. And then here we'll show you how the keyboard will look like on your application. All right, so that's like the idea. So you can have like this. You can have two things like this. So it allows you to know how your application will come up and all of that. So all right, so we haven't been using that, yeah, because I don't really find it super exciting. Then the next thing that we haven't been using is these dimensions here. So for mobile app development, there are different orientations here that you can choose from, right? So right now we have been using portrait, but there is landscape. So this is landscape. All right, so this gives you the landscape feel for your application. So if you build it like this and deploy it, this is how it will show. So if we go ahead and try to see it right now, we will see how it looks like. Okay, um, so you have to go ahead and also do the adjustment here. All right, so you have to go ahead and do the adjustment here. So you do the adjustment here so you can see it. If you want, this is for the laptop scenarios. Like these are the laptop scenarios. You can go ahead and then choose anything that you want to use here. So mine is a very large screen. My screen is 17 inches. So, but I think the biggest here is 16 inches, right? So yeah, so I think we can use this, for instance. So this shows you the web version of the application, right? So now, of course, web design is different from mobile design. So it's going to have different things. So you might not need to position things like this. The whole idea is just to change the concept of things, like rearrange things. So I don't know, I really wanted us to work on Eden, right? So like work on Eden so that we can have like a full functionality. But I don't have a UI for Eden. I don't have a UI for Eden, like a web version of Eden. So we're going to have to be taking some concepts from other platforms and then just setting up the thing. But I just want you to understand that the difference between the mobile application development in FlutterFlow and web application development in FlutterFlow is just the screen size. There's nothing else, just the screen size arrangements. Of course, you've done web publishing, so you already know how it is. By web publishing, I mean you've come here to settings and then you've turned on web publishing. So let's just turn it on for this web publishing. Like you've turned on to have your web version of it, and then you now come to maybe web publishing, and then you need to publish. So when you publish it, it will give you a link. And also, if at all you are a premium user, you can connect your normal domain to it, and this will allow your customers, your users, to be able to like use your custom domain and access your platform built inside FlutterFlow. So I think by Wednesday we will experiment with premium account, right? So I will be showing you how to use a premium account scenario, how you can download the APK files, how you can connect to your domain and set things up. I will show you everything, right? It will be like a real class. I will even be using a live project, which is Talcon. I'll show you how to link things up, like link it to a landing page, for instance, or link it to a mobile application. Definitely when you build a mobile application like what we are building in Talcon, you need to have like a landing page, which is a web page, right? So where your users can actually get to visit and see the links to download the application from Play Store, from App Store, or even make a direct download, as the case may be, and also see details about your application. So you need to be able to know how to build a web application scenario. Now, let me use this opportunity to talk about something. Now, I think FlutterFlow allows you to only reserve 3 domain names. By reserving, I mean changing the name of the site URL. So this is the default link that they've given you for this project. If you go ahead and publish it, fine. But you can, for your FlutterFlow accounts, right? For one account, you can only reserve 3 domain names. A lot of people had that issues. You can only reserve 3 domain names. So after you've reserved 3 domain names for a free account, right? You can't do it again. But for premium accounts, you can reserve more. All right. So that's like the idea. So after you've done this, just after you've done reserve like 3, don't change this again. Just leave it like that. Else it will give you issues. All right. So that's like what I wanted to say there. So let's go back to our project and see how we can work around this. It might not really be super nice, like I'm in the UI, but let's see what we can do. Let's set up the screen for web. So let's come here to the screen size, and then of course look at this. I think this is for keyboard shortcuts. I've not talked about it before. We'll copy link to current view. So yeah, I will talk about these later, these shortcuts, because for you to be able to like work on any application, any platform faster, you need to be able to know shortcuts, right? So I will teach you guys shortcuts that will make your work a little bit faster and simpler with FlutterFlow. Okay, so let's set up our screen. So this is it. What I think we could do is we can use I don't know, I think this MacBook Pro 16. This is okay. So I'll click to set it up. All right, so this is it, and it gives us a feel of our project, right? So this is it. Now all you just need to do is set this thing up like a web app, a website, right? So set it up as a website. And how does a website look like? So let's go ahead and then let me close this. Okay. What else? I can close this for now, and this, and okay. So I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and check out how a web application looks like. So I like using maybe Fiverr as a case study. All right, so this is a website. You see how it looks like? It's quite different from a mobile application. Now, this is how a mobile application will automatically look like. All right, so it looks like this, but this is not a mobile application. This is a mobile view of the web application, right? So, but at least somehow mobile apps have these feel, right? This is the size of a mobile application. All right, so if you don't know how I did that, you could just click on F12 on your keyboard, or function F12 as the case may be, or I don't know what the specification is for Mac, right? So I'm using Windows. Okay, so you can, this is like the mobile view of the application, the platform. So I'm going to show you guys how to build it like this and have even a responsive version of the application, right? So that's like the concepts for all the 5 lessons we're going to have this week. So the mobile responsiveness won't be today. We'll just talk about how to implement these things. So I think one of the things I can do is, instead of us working on, because I don't have a design, like I don't want us to build something that is not nice, right? So I don't have a design for what is it called? I don't have a design for Eden. Like, I mean a mobile design for Eden. And from what I'm seeing here, right? So let's go ahead, and then this is the scenario. Let's click on this and see what we can get. Okay, so even the templates that are still found here, they are still all mobile, right? So it shows you that they designed the platform strictly for mobile, not for web. But now you can still use it to create web applications. So I think the best thing I can do, just so that we can have like a meaningful class, I want you to be able to have the idea and understand that, okay, um, yeah, have the understanding of the fact that this is what is it called, this is how to create a web application for it. I don't have the design for Eden, right? So what I will do is, let's have a switch. I'm gonna talk to you guys now. We're gonna switch. I'll still use I might later on go rename the project, right? The name of the project, yeah, I might rename it here. Let's okay, so Eden Web, I think we can still use this, right? Let me hear from you guys. So all right, guys, what I'm thinking is, what about calculation and function and FlutterFlow? Okay, so I'm seeing these first questions from Joy. So we're going to talk about calculations too towards the end of the week. All right. So we'll talk about calculations. We'll talk about how to set up security rules. Yeah, I was supposed to do that on Friday, but I thought that it would be necessary after teaching you guys how to use the web version of things. So yes, we'll talk about the calculations. We'll talk about what is it called? Security rules on Firebase, how to set it up for like a real application. Then we will talk about yes, we'll talk about how to you know, download the APK version of your project, right? So we'll talk about a lot of things. Let's see. Crispin, network issues from you. So sorry about that. So Adebayo said, yes, please, screen size been having issues with that, but after building with, say, Samsung Galaxy, switch to Sony Xperia, for example, you build will have cut-offs. Okay, I don't really understand that. Adebayo, you could, how do you do that shortcut? Okay, so I already told you. Yeah, so, okay, so that's it. We have, okay. All right, so we have a good number of people in the class. Please stay on. Let me try to just post it again so we can have like more people. Let's see, guys. Hold on, please. Let me just put it on my status. And okay. Okay, so All right. So yeah, we're going to continue. So that's that. So I wanted to ask you guys, can we please switch from working on Eden Web, because I don't have a design, I don't have the web design for Eden Web, right? And if you observe, we're using templates to work on it. So I don't want to build something that is not doesn't make sense. Okay, so I want us to build at least let's find a particular website and replicate it. So what do you guys say? Let's try to replicate. How about the final deployment on Google Play Store? Okay, so yeah, I'll talk about that too. I'll talk about how to deploy it on Google Play Store and Apple App Store and the possible challenges that you will have. Yeah, you will have a lot of challenges with regards to App Store, but Play Store is a little bit flexible, right? Yeah, Ben, I thought so too. Yes, yes. So let's do the mobile Eden app from scratch. Okay, Joy, we already have a tutorial for that. We already have a tutorial for that. We will still do the Eden app from scratch, but I need to have at least a wireframe. I don't have a wireframe for the web version of it, so and I didn't prepare for that really. So ah, just Joba is saying we should go there and figure out, but we will still need to think about it. Okay, so guys, let's use 5 minutes and think about and see what we can do. So there are two options. I'm gonna go to Dribble. I'm going to go to Dribble and see if we can find. It's going to still be difficult because we need to do it such that it's tailored to. We'll do lots of rethinking and all of that. So let's do it like this, guys. So in this particular lesson, I will just pick. Said we should replicate LinkedIn. All right, so let's leave LinkedIn for now. Let's go to Fiverr. I will try to. Let's try to replicate Fiverr. Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So it won't be consistent with the design according to what Eminike is saying. So Technos is saying let's replicate LinkedIn. No, let's not do that one right now. So Jesse Joba was suggesting we go to Behance and Dribble to find design. That's gonna waste a lot of our time. We want to like do real work here, but that's a nice suggestion. And of course, it won't be consistent. We can pick a site and just do a copy. Yes, I like this idea. Let's do okay. So yes, let's really do a switch. All right, guys, so thanks for keying in into this with me. So let's do a switch. So we're going to do Fiverr. I don't know, I like using Fiverr as a case study sometimes for mobile for web application. So this is it. This is Fiverr. And okay, it's quite nice. Like we have a lot of things here, and guys, I think it's something that we can easily replicate. I'm sure you guys can even do it yourself, but let's see how we can do it together. We will clone, not like clone. We don't have the pictures, do we? Okay, so we will find ways to download some of the pictures. I think we can get the pictures for each of these 33s, right? I mean, some of the background pictures here. So we will, but let's do it one by one. We just want to clone it. Yeah, not like clone it for any, we're cloning it for academic purpose, right? So that's it, guys. So the agreement here is it's Fiverr. I know I might have issues with this situation. Yeah, I might have issues with this situation, but we will figure it out. Yeah, especially this green thing you have to click on. But I think other things we can just get it done. The animation here might be a little challenging at first, but we will see how we can work around it. The ones we will set up, the ones we can set up in this class, and we'll continue later. All right, in the next one. Okay, so while I work on, I think later today I'll work on a wireframe for Eden, at least a wireframe, so that we can use that web wireframe. I mean, so let's go ahead and switch. So I've already created a Firebase for Eden. I still want us to use just this for Eden. So let's go back to this and just quickly create a new project. So I create a new project. I'll call it Fiverr. All right. So click on create blank. I will be very fast, guys. Next step. I need this. So I will just come here, go back to beginning, add this, and I say I'm gonna add here and say Fiverr. Okay, so Fiverr, and here I'll say continue. Turn off the Google Analytics for this project, then create project. then wait for a couple of seconds. I'm gonna be really fast on this, right? So let's see. Okay. It's a bit slow. I think where I am, the Wi-Fi might not be super strong. Yeah, but my inside my room, it's like super fast, like one. I think it's close to 1 gig per second. Let's check out what is it? Okay, this is it. Then we come here to settings, come to project settings, then copy these. Right. So copy these. Then let's close this. All right. So paste it here, and then I didn't set up my permissions. So I say firebase at FlutterFlow that I and check if the spelling is correct. Then go to editor and change it to editor. Done. Add member. So like this, we're done with that. We can go ahead and then connect. Then auto generate config files, but let's turn this on first because we will do it. We'll set it up. So then auto generate config files. Generate config files. While we are generating this, let's look at their sign up page. So this is how their sign up page looks like. It has a feel like this. I don't know why it's like this, but man, this is how their sign up is. Let's see. Okay, yeah, they have this sign in. Okay, this is sign in. Join now. Okay, so yeah, we'll try to design something like this for sign in. So we're doing everything from scratch. So it will take us some time to get things done. So for the entry page, I'll click on here. Then we're doing blank. Okay, so we will say home. Let's say landing page. Landing page. All right, so landing page. Then let's click on create page. For the logged in screen, let's click on blank. So we're designing everything from scratch. So let's say dashboard. Yeah, dashboard. So now on the Fiverr platform, they have two kinds of users. They have the sellers, they have the buyers. So then click on start building. So now the sellers are the freelancers, the buyers are the clients, right? So I used to freelance there for a while. Okay, so here we can let's go ahead and set up our screen. So you can use any screen size you want, but I'm gonna be using this one. Yes, it looks cool, right? Yeah, so it's fine. So we have these are our screens. So the only difference between your mobile and your web is just your screen orientation, right? Because if you design it like this, right, when you deploy it, all right, it's going to have the web feel. Unlike the applications that we have been deploying, all right, it doesn't have the feel that we need. So yeah, like I mean, when you deploy it, you see that the text field just spreads across like that, and it doesn't look cool because the way you designed it was you designed it for mobile, you didn't design it for web, but now you're displaying it in a web platform, right? So so let's go ahead and set it up. We're going to start with these, or should we start with something simpler? Let's start with something simpler. All right, so this is it. What we have here on top, right, is similar to what we have. Okay, it's not so similar, right? So Fiverr Business Explorer are okay. It just has some things that are missing, like it doesn't have these, but okay. So let's create this. Then we can save it as a component. We can save it as a template. Then we can reuse it everywhere else. So we can create this. Then we can also create this like that. All right. So let's see. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, so how do we start? Now look at what we have here. We have a row, right? So we have a long row. Let's create them rows by rows. First of all of these things is inside a column because things are stacked from top to bottom. So this is layer 1, and then this is layer 2, and this layer 3. They're all stacked like bread, right? They're like stacked. Bread is like, if you look at it vertically, it's in a column, right? So and that simply means that we have things stacked row, then row, then another one. All right. Sorry about my background noise. Okay, so let's go ahead and then set things up. So let's start by, this is a column already. Let's go to the widget tree, and then do some basic setups. Okay. And then what do we do from here? What we just do here is we come to the column, the same thing you've been doing. You come to column and you go ahead and add a row. All right. So you add a row. A row is like all long. Nice. And then the next thing we need to do is what else? We need to start adding the text. This is a logo, right? So let me right click on it and see what I can do with it. Let's just come to Google and say Fiverr logo, not logo maker, just logo. All right, so I think this will just work. All right, I think this might help us. So save image as, let's say Fiverr logo. Yes, so that works. Then I think that's the only thing we needed to download. Okay, so we have downloaded that. What we need to do next is we come back here to our FlutterFlow, and then we begin to add things. So what should we add now? I know you're already thinking about it. It's we're going to add an image, right? So we add an image. So the image here is what we've added, and what are we gonna do? We're going to go ahead and then give it some form of dimension. Like, so I'll click here and try to see the file, right? So let's see here. The file size is 384 by 216. That's so large, but that's not the dimension I want it to have on my screen. All right, so that's not the dimension I wanted to have on my screen. I want it to have a different dimension. So this is where the place of UI design comes in. So I don't know the size of this, but it would have made sense. Let me see. Let me see where I can. It's showing me. It's still showing me web version of it. Okay, so all right, guys. So if you observe, what I did was F12. Then I clicked on this select an element in the page, right? So in my class, you get to learn a lot of things, but because I happen to know a couple of things, right? So you click on this icon here, and then you just move around different elements. With that, you can use it to know the dimension of each thing. So here, the logo itself, it's saying 89 by 27. All right, so 89 by 27. I think if I click on it, I can even find the where to download it from. All right, so I might just need to, okay, it shows here SVG. Okay, sources. If I look well enough, there's a huge possibility of being able to get these things. All right, so but let's just stick to what we were trying to get. So what we're trying to get is the dimension of the logo. So it's here 89 by 27. So this is how you can go around and figure out the dimension of something. Let's say you're trying to clone a website. So you just do this. So 89 by 27. So here we're gonna say 89 by 27. Okay. So like that, it gives us the logo size. Yeah. So I think our screen is pretty large. This screen is pretty large because that doesn't fit so well there. So now we have that. Let's come here and switch from image type to asset and click on upload image and go to where you have the file and then click to upload it. Wait for a couple of seconds and you should have your file inside it. So here we have Fiverr. We have Fiverr, right? So now let's go ahead and check. We're going to be expecting it a lot. So you see here, there's a space here. Okay, so let's spread it out a little bit. This is the size. Then we have I'm trying to figure out some things here. So the width of this the entire screen here from the beginning here to this point here in the full scenario, right, is 1024 pixel by 80 pixel. All right, so that's like the size of the we would have put everything inside a card, right? Would have put everything inside a card in case we want to make the background have a color. All right, so let's just do it like that. It will make a lot of sense for our project. So let's wrap this image. Let's wrap this image inside not a card, guys. What I mean is container. So wrap it inside a container, and don't worry, we're gonna work on it. Then this container, we're going to just like spread it across. I'm just gonna drag it. All right, so okay, so don't worry about how the logo is. So that's a container. Let's see. I'm trying to just figure out the entire length of this thing. So it says 1024. So what would have been the perfect, I don't know this space here, the space in between this place. Like I don't know the size. It's not telling me. What is this allowable space here? It's not telling me. So I will make a guess if the whole thing is 1024, because I can see it from below the scenario here. Then the remaining could just be, let me see the real dimension of the screen. So it says 1728. It's so large. Our screen size is so large. I want us to use something smaller. Let's use something smaller, guys. Something a little bit smaller. MacBook Air. Okay, guys, let's use MacBook Air. Yes, let's use MacBook Air. So that's it, MacBook Air. And if that's the case, permit me to just take off this. Let's take this off first, and then this is the row. Should it be a row? Should it be a container first? Okay, so let's take this off first, then click this to add a container. Now let's give this container a dimension. All right, so the dimension we're going to give this container is 1024. Yeah, we will add the extra padding to it, like maybe extra space around it. Yeah, so 1024. If we're gonna add extra padding around it, let's assume that the extra padding is 30 pixel on the side. So that's everything is gonna be 60 pixel on both sides. So that's gonna be 1084. So 1084 pixel by 80. Okay, so all right, guys, now you see the MacBook Pro is still even way smaller than our real screen here, because I'm trying to get there something really. This is 13 inches, and that's the smallest really. So let's leave it there. So let's leave it there. Okay, so or better still, yeah, let's increase this to. We won't be using so much of the dimension again because I think it's going to make the class too long, but let's make this 1150, 1250. All right, guys, I think I'm okay with this. Okay, so if I add extra 50, it might just be complete. So 1300. All right, so this is like the full length of it. So yeah, no problems. We are fine with it. And that is for the, I don't think I'm going to be using these calculations again, so that it doesn't drag our lesson. So that is for this container that contains everything. And of course, if you see here, the color here is white and it's different from here. That's why we need a container. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a row inside it. Okay, so inside this container is we're going to put a row. And then inside that row, we are going to put an image, and then from there a text field, and then a text, an icon, and a text, and then we just continue doing it like that. So let's go ahead and then add the image field now. So we add the image. The image was 89 by what was that? I really didn't want to check that again. So okay, so let's just do it quickly. 89 by 27. Okay, so 89 by 27. So let's say here 89. All right, now it's looking like it. 27. Pretty good. It looks like it. It looks like what we're trying to achieve. So we come here to network, change it from network to asset, and go to upload image. All right, then click on the logo you want to upload, and voila, we have Fiverr on the design now. So if you look at it a little bit, there's an icon here, right? There's an icon, and I think this icon only appears when you resize it. So we won't focus on the icon. We just need the logo like this, and we need to have some space in between, like on the side. So let's just give it some padding here. Let's say 16. It's not good enough. Let's say 36. All right, so this padding is not bad, and so we have it now. Things is looking like it now, right? So the next thing we just need to do quickly is put on the text field. Let me try to accelerate a bit. I hope you guys don't mind. So this is the role, so I'm gonna add the text field. So I will say text field. The class will be for 1 hour and 30 minutes at least. Okay, so this is just giving you a heads up so that you know that we have 30 more minutes to the end. All right. After that, I will ask you if we can continue or not. If you say no, then we stop. So text field. What did I type? Text field. Okay. Now this is a bit complicated, right? So because this is the web version, right? This is a web version of what is it called? The web version of FlutterFlow. So many widgets that we used before might not be working. So here we only have the text, and then we have these other text too. We don't have the text field, all right? We don't have the text field. Oh, did I already go? Text. Oh, text field. Sorry. Okay, so here is text field. I would have been shocked. Okay, so and then here, so here I'll just go ahead and set things up. Let's look at it. It has just a border, gray border, and it has this thing. It says here, what service are you looking for today? So let's scroll down and type that hint text. And here it says, what service are you looking for today? Okay, so something like this. And then let's scroll down and go to the decoration and change it to outline, and simultaneously add a color around it. I think I will use this. And not just that alone, it has a border radius. By using my eyes, I think that might just be 8 or 12. So I think that's okay. Then it has a width. It's not so long like that. So guys, let's limit it. Let's scroll up and then look for where to limit the width of uh, the the widgets, the text field widget. So let's make these 150. Okay. So this is normally how you could set that up, but it's not resizing, right? So you see here it's spreading across everywhere, and it's not listening to my request for it to stop. So let's see, let's increase that to 300. Okay, so it's not really working. So what I think we could do right now is let's go ahead and then put this guy in another widget, right? So it might be able to listen, because right now it's not listening. So you have to pay attention to some of the things that works here and that works in the mobile part and that doesn't work in the web, because this would have easily worked in the mobile part, but here we're going to just wrap this widget with let's go ahead and wrap it with a column and see. Okay, so now we wrap it with a column, but there's one thing about columns. The columns, you can't like give it a size. You can't like size the column. So I don't think this is a nice idea to wrap it with a column. So we take it off. Rather, let's wrap it with a container, because I think there's an overflow here. Like it's all going straight. It doesn't listen to my width request, right? So even if I click on this, okay, so I think this worked, right? So I switched on the expansion here, and it made sense because here is for make the widget fill the space along the main axis. Okay, so this works. This does the magic instead of putting it inside a container. Okay, so I just went ahead and then reduced the clicked on this for it to just like make the expansion to not fill the space along the main axis. Okay, so if you can remember, we used to click this for it to fill the space. Like let's say text, we have a lot of text we want to fill up, so we click this to make it fill up. Okay, so we have this, and this is too short. Let's see, it allows it's almost twice the length of these. So let's just use the orientation. Let's make these let's add 250 to it. No, not 250. This should be let's say 3, let's say 4. Okay, let's make everything 500. All right, guys, this looks like it, and let's click on it, give it some padding. You see there's some space in between here. I think that should be like maybe 50. All right, so 50 it is. So now then we have some padding between the text here and the edge. So let's just click on the text field and scroll down. We will see where we can add some padding. So it says here content padding, so we can say 16. So it pushes the text a little bit inside. So, and then also you see we have this scenario here, right? So the way modern platforms work is that you have this field, and then you put something here like an action button that triggers what you type inside here. So we might not set this up immediately. I will have to just show you like a special way of doing this, because it's not so simple like that, like at least from my end, right? So let's go ahead and just complete the remaining part. So we have a text here, a text here, a text. Let's just put up text everywhere. Then there's this icon here for globe. Okay, so but let's just go ahead and put the text first. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we need to put this icon first before we do this, else we'll have to drag things around. So let's go ahead, and don't worry, when we are done with these, we won't need to do it again. We will just save it as a template and use it elsewhere. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so a quick click back on the row. Let me hasten up a bit. All right, so click on this, and then what people do is add a text widget, and the text widget says Fiverr business. Then the next one will be Explore. So I'll come here and say Fiverr business. All right, then put some padding here, 16. All right, good. So then this works. Then I'll just click on this and duplicate it. All right, so I just Control D to duplicate. Then we have Explore. So click on this and change it to Explore. Then duplicate. Click on it and duplicate. Okay, no, not duplicates. So we need to add an icon now. So let's go ahead and add an icon. The icon we want to add is like a globe. So we click add the icon widgets. Then I think let's just go and search for globe or world. Globe. Okay, so it's not giving me what I need. So Control Z, remove icon. Let's add an image. Okay, so let's go to flat icons and search for flaticon.com and search for globe. So we search for globe, and we have this, right? So let's see, is that not what we have here? It's exactly what we have. So I think I will just use any of this. No particular preference. I just want us to have some. Now these icons are usually like 24 pixel by 24 pixel, something like that. So, but let's go ahead and then just see if we can figure out their dimension. So let's click on here. All right, so let's see. It's not giving me the full view. Okay, so what I'll just do is I'll do like this. It's not still giving me the full. Okay, so I click on this. It's not still giving me what I need. Okay, guys. It's not giving me what I need. I needed to just check up the size of that button or icon. So let's assume it's 24. I think it might work. So 24 by 24, and change from network to assets, upload image, and this is the icon, and then we have this, and we have to give it some padding here on the left, 16. All right, so it's pretty much like it, but I think I don't know, it's smaller. I think it's smaller, so 16 by 16. Okay, so something like this works. So let's go ahead and then add another, let's click on the row, and let's click on the row, and then add, I think my system is dragging, add add a text widget, and the text widget is going to say, let's cancel this. It's going to say English, then become a seller. So we're going to say here English, and here it's going to be 16. Then click on it, duplicate, Control D, click on it, and give it a become, no, become a seller. Okay, then the last one here is, oh, sign in, and then there's a button for join. So click on this, duplicate again, and say, let's say sign in. My goodness. Okay, so I think my system wasn't charging. Sign in, and okay, so we have a. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and reduce the size of this guy. The size of this search field. Let's make it 450. Yeah, so maybe 430 even. 430. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on back on the row, and then we're gonna add, of course, I know you know it, a button. We add a button, and let's check it up. It just says join, right? So join. Okay, so here the button says join, right? So, and I don't know the size of the button, so let's try to use our F12 magic, and click on this and look at the size of this button. So it says 86. So let's just leave it at 87 by 36. So scroll down and say 87 by 36. Okay, so then let's see. It's a green border, text green, right? So let's go to let's change the text to green. I think this green will just do the magic for us. Then the fill color, we can make it white. I don't really know. Okay, yeah, so let's scroll down. Let's find the border color. So where is the border color? This is it. I always keep it border color, and then we pick green and use. So like this we have, then let's give it some padding, 16. Then I think that's green. The inside green is not, it's not really true. It's a deeper green. I have no, oh, okay. The cool stuff is we have the color code here. It's really nice. So 1DBF73. So let's say 1DBF73. Okay, so that's the color, and then we use the color. Okay, guys, so we have this color, and let's see. Let's come to the border color and use this other color. It's not so bright and shouty. Okay, guys, so we have this. Let's go ahead and then preview it. Now it's a new feel, so it took us some time to set it up, but you see how neat it is, right? It's really neat. And now the only thing that's missing is this search scenario, which we will implement. But now you can see that, okay, everything just works out fine. It's aligns properly, right? Then eventually I will show you how to make it responsive, such that when you fold it, like maybe when you adjust it, like maybe to another screen size, maybe iPhone 13 Pro, like it will adjust and fit in, right? So, but for now, we're not doing that, but I will show you how to set it up. So let's leave it at MacBook Air scenario. And you see now, since we designed it for the web, when you change it to mobile, right, it looks all messy. The same way mobile looks messy on web when you were designing for mobile, okay? All right, so we're making some progress, and I hope you guys are learning a thing or two. So let's speed things up a bit, right? So I'm beginning to feel it. Um, let's go ahead and then do this particular row now, and this one is just gonna be pretty fast, I think. So let me just see what the position of this thing is. It's 36 from the edge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and then let's say this container is 1300 by 80. Okay, so let's close this container, click on the column, click on add a child to widget, and then let's create another container just below it, and then let's give it a dimension 1300 by 80. Okay, so just another container. So then this container, we can give it a border, there's a few color here, a border color. We can give it the border color like this. It to give us that vibe, that line vibe. All right, so to give us that line vibe, you see. So with that, we can now go ahead and then the thing we need to do now is click on the new container and then add a row. Right, so we just go ahead and add a row inside it. And if you can see, it's just about technicality now. It's just the same thing you've been learning, right? So just how to apply it to a new interface. And of course, if you had a design already, it would have been faster and flexible. But the real key thing will be how to make it mobile responsive, which I will show you in the next class. Tomorrow's class, right? Meanwhile, tomorrow's class will be there will be two sessions. We're going to have two sessions. The afternoon class is going to be about maybe implementing the mobile responsiveness. Then the second class will be about LinkedIn. Yeah, this is just something that I thought about, and I think it's necessary for you to check it out. So I'm going to take you guys on how to optimize your LinkedIn so that you can also get clients and get like better visibility. So this is just like something I thought about, and I think it would be nice to show you guys how to do it, set things up, and then have your LinkedIn functioning properly so you can start getting clients. So you don't need to get so pro before you begin getting clients. What I believe is if you just know how to learn, then you can get a job and then learn on the job. All right, so it's a good thing. So here we have the role. Then let's go ahead and just put this. This is just text, so we won't have any issues. So graphic and design and all of that. So let's add the text and just duplicate it on the go. So click on add text. We're using the same font size. Let's see, what font size are they even using? Okay, so if we actually hover on it, we can see a lot of things. So my system is a bit, it's not so fast as it should. So it's not showing me the, okay, it's showing me the font. So it's font 16, and it's even showing me, everything, guys. So font 16. So, and we've been using font 16, and that's okay. So, right, let's just take it off this mode, and I want to see if I can copy these things. Yeah, so I just want to copy it like really fast instead of having to type it. So I just copied it, and then I'm going to just paste it. All right, so graphic design, give it some padding 16. All right, guys, that's how we roll. So I copy this. Oh, I should have duplicated this text first before copying. So Ctrl D, let's go. Let's just duplicate all through. All right, let's stop there. Let's come back here and copy what I had highlighted. Take this and paste it. Okay, so I paste it, then click on the next one and highlight it and paste it. Okay, then click on the next one, highlight it. We might need some more spaces. Space this, then click on this one. Let's see, I'm not sure, but we might need to reduce some space in between. Graphics and design. So paste this. we might not. Maybe it's just my mind thinking about the space wrongly. So then this. So I'm just copying the text instead of having to type it. Yeah, so we can walk a little bit faster. So okay, so the second to the last is business. Oh, before I do that business part, I need to duplicate it, 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, so 1 here, and I will the business and I'll paste it here. Okay, so now this is photography. Let's see, AI services. All right, guys, our cloning work is looking like it, but now we have some future languages. Right, so um, the space is not enough, right? The space is not enough. So what I can just simply do here is I'll click here and switch to MacBook Pro 14. All right, so and then like that, I will click on the main container. Yeah, so I'll click on the main container and increase the size to let's say 1,500 and 10. Yeah, 1,510. I was just guessing, right? Oh, but it says here 1,512. Oh, I see. So the size is 1,512 according to the screen resolution. And here I click back here and the container itself 1,512. All right, guys, so we have this. Let's look at it. Let's click on the row and center. Well, if we do center align, it doesn't suit our orientation here. So let's not do center align. Let's take it back to what it was. Give this guy some extra padding. Let's make it 36. All right. So we have something like this. It's almost like it, but the spacing in between, I think, is too much. All right. So, but this is it. We can just take a look at it and see how it looks like. So we have 9 minutes to the end of like the official end, but I will still ask you guys if we can still keep going. All right. So what I would like to do now is let's see this guy, the row. I will center align it. Yes. Then let's pick this guy. Let me click on these graphics and say 16. Yeah, leave it at 16. And then center align it as well. Okay, so it worked, but not perfectly. So let's make this guy 36. Um, 54. I'm really trying to get just around the same scenario. Let's click on Fiverr here and change these to at least let me get it right on the left hand side. Let's say 14. Let's I think I'm cold. So what do we have here that is not making it like really stand properly? Okay, I think it's because of the fact that we have done some spacing. Yeah, so I can keep increasing it to maybe 70. Okay, so guys, I think if I keep trying to adjust it, we'll waste more time trying to fix a minor detail. So we have these, right? And this is just how the sets their stuff up. So let's just see how we can complete something like this. These are just buttons, right? These are just buttons. So this is a big card that has a background, some sort of background, and this is a line. Or yeah, I think it's okay. Okay, so let's set this up, and if you guys still want us to continue, we could make it one like 2 full hour class. Yeah, so but I will ask you guys for your permission by the time it's the time we're supposed to stop. Okay, so let's click on this and then let's go ahead and add another. First of all, this is gonna be a row. We're gonna add a row. Yeah, so it's a row, right? Then we will put inside the row, we'll put a container. All right, center the row, and then inside the container, I'll put a column, and then inside the column we put rows. Okay, let's go. So here there's a container. Let's see. I can't guess the dimension of that container. So let's go ahead and then put a container here. Let's center align the container. So I click on the row itself and center align it. Then click on the container. And so guys, I'm just going to guess. I'll click and drag this to guess. Okay, so I think that might look like it. Maybe slightly reduce it a bit. Okay, then I will also drag this guy down. I'm just dragging down to see if I can get, okay, so something like this. We can of course adjust it later. So inside this container, so let's say this container is white, yeah. So as you can see, it's white. So we can go ahead and let's scroll down and see how we can. There's something called elevation, right? So we can give it some elevation of, let's say, 20. So here it gives you that blurry thing around it. So let's see, it has edges, it has borders. So we click on it, and then let's give it some padding first. So we have some padding on the top. Then the borders here, I will take it as 12. Okay, so 12. I think, oh no, was it 12? I did. Yeah, I think that's okay. Then the next thing I just need to do is, before we keep on going around this, we can make this a bit thicker later, but let's get inside the container itself and start doing things inside it. So click on it and add a column inside it. So it's a column first before we now have rows. So inside the row, let's set things up. Now we have a text that says join Fiverr. Now I don't know this dimension of the text, so I will go ahead and then use this tool to check it out. So all right, so here sincerely, I think my system is slow a bit. So here is the font. It says it's Helvetica, all right, and it's 24 pixels. So let's go ahead and add a text inside it. So click here and add a text. The text is going to be join Fiverr. So I'll just type that. Okay, so join Fiverr, and the font size is 24, and it's bold actually, right? So you can actually see everything around about it, right? So it did say it's bold. It didn't say, but I think it's bold, right? So it's bold. And Helvetica, you can change that if you want to, but I'm not gonna go around doing that. So I'll give some padding here for the row 16. I'll center align it, and the padding is actually way more than that. Padding is 32. You see what we have there? Padding is 32. All right, so that's a padding for it, and padding is 32. Okay, so let's go ahead and then do this other part. So we need to create another row, and then we put Facebook buttons and all of that. So let's see. Instead of doing that, let's just duplicate this row. So I'm gonna duplicate. Let me see, how many things do we have? We have a lot of things here. So let's do it step by step. Let's not rush it. So inside this row, I will take this text off, and then I will add a big button. So that stuff is a button, right? It's a button, but the icon in the button is F. So there are two ways around it. Either we use button, but we might not be able to find this custom button to use. All right, so I think the best thing I can do is I can say we should do is use a container. So the container here is 328 pixel by 44. So let's say let's put a container and say 328 pixel by, was it 44? Is that what I saw? By 44, right? Yeah. The color is blue. Oh, come on, I've clicked on that button. I wasn't trying to, I didn't want to, let me cancel it. It's not canceling. Okay, so I don't know. Is anything wrong with my internet? Okay, so I think my VPN went off. Let me see. Are you guys hearing me? Okay, I think you guys are still hearing me, right? So, but I think sorry about that. It's not clear here. I think I'm having network issues here. But I'm gradually recovering it. Please just hold on. Okay, so meanwhile, we have reached the time limit for the class, right? This is the time limit for the class. This is where we would actually normally stop, but okay, so this is where we would normally actually stop, but I don't know. Should we continue? Would you guys want me to continue? If you want me to continue, then I will continue. Yeah. So please, can we continue? All right. It's a yes. Can I get more yes? All right. So let's continue. Okay. So all right. That's fine. Let's continue. I think okay, so this is what we're doing, and I did the F12 thingy just so that I can be able to search and see what to use. So this is I wanted to use exact blue here, but guys, permit me, right? Okay, so I'm a memory guy. I memorize this thing. So 4 2 rain church B2. Okay, so guys, I might mumble some weird things, but that's how I memorize numbers and stuff. So this is a container, and it's the color code is rain 42 church and E7. All right, so okay, so we have that, and then let's see what we have as the edges. Oh, so it's a B2, not B7. All right, so the edges is 12. Border, where is it? Where is it? So I think I'm seeing 12 here. So I think we can use 12. So yeah, so we're using 12, and right, so let's see what we can do next. So we're going to go ahead and add a row inside this container, because we now want to go ahead and add that icon for Facebook. So we add a row inside it, and then inside that row we're going to add an image. All right, so this is the image. If we use an icon, we might not see the Facebook icon. So I think that icon, the Facebook icon, it's technically it's 16 by 16. The icon, the dimension of the icon. So 16 by 18, 16 by anything. Okay, so let's go to flat icon, right? So where's flat icon? So flat icon, and then let's search for Facebook. Facebook. Right, so we search for Facebook, look for something that looks like that. I think it had a white background and a blue inner. So sometimes you can actually create these things inside a white background and blue inner. So we might find it difficult to find that specific font, specific icon. So guys, we might not make a perfect clone because of something. So, but one of the things you could do is you can create the font yourself, like not like create it, download it from somewhere. So let's use this one. It looks like it looks close to what we could just use and make it a bit official. Okay, so let's use that one, but that's not the real thing. So here the fonts are just going to be I think 16. Okay, so guys, I will use 16. So 16 by 18. This thing is supposed to be square. So 16 by 16 is better. So I click on upload image. Guys, it's not gonna work out. I'm sorry. That's a blue background on a blue background. Doesn't make sense. What do we use instead? I don't like having issues making choices on these kind of things. So Okay, so all right, guys, let's just use this one. Let's see if it's gonna work. Let's upload the image. I don't know whether it's gonna work, but let's see. Give it a padding on the left. It doesn't work because it's the background was actually transparent. So, guys, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do. What I would have easily done is maybe like create it in Illustrator and then use it. Yeah, but I can't begin to do that. This is not the class for it. Yeah, so but I don't know which one. Even if I use this now, and it's okay. This. So I need. Let's just use something bright, something that is brighter than the background. So maybe this. Okay, so something like this might be better. Okay, so let's see something like this. Okay, it might just be better. Something that is brighter. Okay, yeah. So I think it's okay. Really, it's okay. So we click on this and add a text that says Facebook. Continue with Facebook. So continue with Facebook. Let's add the text here and say continue with Facebook. Continue with Facebook, and let's give a padding of 16 by the side. Let's change the text color. You come down here to click check change the text color. Okay, so I don't know. I think it's is it bold? I think it is. But anyways, we're not even using the real fonts, the fonts for it. So uh, we're not gonna focus so much on that. But guys, this is it. This is what we do, and we'll just center align it. And it looks like it now. So now the next thing we just need to do is we have a couple of things that looks the same way. So let's just go ahead and then so guys, I don't think the border here was the border here is it's not as rounded. It's not as rounded as what we have here. So let's click on the container and make these 8. So okay, so yeah, I think this is better now. So I'll say Control D and Control D again. So I want to do this other part now. So let's go ahead and then find a Google icon and then say continue with Google, continue with Apple. So this is how those ones are. They are all white background. So let's click on the container and change the fill color to white. Not necessarily white. Let's change the fill color to, let's just clear the fill color so that it doesn't have a color really. So we clear it, right? And then we will go ahead and give a border color, that is this gray. And then we will give a text color. Okay, so let's go to our text color now. Our text color is, I think it's black here. So we click here to change our text color to black. All right, so this works. And then here we need to, don't worry, let's just do, okay, so I think instead of doing all of that, I deleted that one, duplicated this one instead. And then this one is supposed to be continue with Apple. So it says here continue with Apple. And then let's go ahead and search for Google icon. So Google. So let's search for Google, and yeah, we have lots of solution for Google. And let's search for Apple. Apple. Let's see, what did they use here? So yeah, that's what they use. So let's use this. All right, guys. So I'll click on this, and then click on the image, and upload my image. Use Google. All right. So then click on this one. Upload the image and use Apple. All right, so we have it now. If you observe, right, I have things in different positions. Like my icons are different they're not properly oriented, right? So they are all dancing around themselves. So I think it's because of the fact that I did center alignment. All right, so let's rather do main axis alignment. All right, then let's give it a padding and say 16, or let's say 24. Right, now it's going to be uniform for everything. Let's come here and change it from center alignment to at the end, and then let's give it the padding here 24, so it makes things on the same row, right? It's like the alignment is now better. So we click on this and then we add 24 here. All right, guys, so we have something similar to what we have here. Then okay, so here is just a basic it's a line. Yeah, it's a separator, right? A line, it's called a divider, separator. There's a line there and then there's an or. Okay, so I don't even know the length of the line. Let's see. Then we have a text field and a button. Okay, so permit me to skip okay, not skip. Let me just quickly duplicate this and keep. We will use it for the divider. And then while we are doing that, let me go ahead and then duplicate it again. If you see, I'm just duplicating. I duplicate it again and again. All right, so like this now I have this. So here I'll take off my container. I don't want a container here. So I delete the container. Then inside the container, I want to put a text field. So I'll search for text field. I think after this we can shut down text field there. Then don't forget there's a dimension for this thing. So let's use the dimension of this stuff. So the width is 400. So 400. Let's leave it as 400. Let's scroll down here and say 400. It's not responding. Don't forget, this is a text field inside row. It's not responding. How did we fix the other one? How did we fix this other text field? So what we did was, yeah, okay, I remember what we did. So we click here and then click this. All right, so we have this. It's not 400. What is the length of this container? The length of the container is 328. So this should also be 328, and scroll down. Let's make it, let's change it from underline. That's the input decoration, so outline. And is it an outline? Yeah, it's an outline. Then I don't know. Let's cancel this thing, guys. I'm tired of it. Let's see. Let's delete this and have enter your email. So okay, so it's basically border color is all right. So then use this and scroll up and change the hint text to enter your email. Okay, so enter your email. And okay, so it's not giving me the vibe I need because I think the thickness of the border is not enough. So this is the border width. Let's increase it to 2. It's not enough. Let's increase the border width to 4. Guys, let's make it 5 and see what it looks like. Okay, so it looks really big, but I think it's not the width that is the problem. I think the problem is actually the color. So let's make this. Yeah, the border color is supposed to be maybe darker, something like this. Yeah, okay, that's now too dark. Let's change it from these to, which is the next dark one here. I think this one will work. Okay, yeah, this works. Then let's give it some border radius of 8. Yes. Okay, so we have that, and then for this one, this is a button that says continue. So I will delete this row, and I'm still gonna use a container. No, let's just use a real button. So I deleted that, click on it and add a button. The button is the size is gonna be 328, like what we saw before for other ones. So 328, and the border radius is already fixed. Then the text here says continue. And I think it's a green, right? So it's a green. So we can go ahead and then say fill color. It's this green that we have used before. Okay, so gradually it's looking like the Fiverr thing, right? So then the next thing is we need another row, and then another row, and then another row. So let's make it 3 times. Okay, so control D, another control D. This one is going to be for our divider, that line. Don't forget we duplicated one for that line here. And then there's going to be this last one for already is a member sign in. So let's just do this, already a member. Let's click on this button and take it off. So in this last row, let's add a text widget, and then the text widget says already a member. Then let's delete this. Okay, then click on it and duplicate it. So we need to have 2 texts because one of them was just another color. So we can give 2 different colors to one text widget. So I select this and paste, and then give it a padding there and say 8, and then scroll down and give it a text color and say green. All right, so then the next thing I need to do is okay, so I'm done with that. Let's see how we can do these lines. So okay, there's another one here that says by journeying. So so we have this and we have this. So let's take this off. Button is off, and let's add a text there. So I hope you're just following. It's similar to what we have been doing in the mobile application. It's just a little bit delicate. So by joining, this looks like a smaller font. Okay, so guys, let me just confirm. Looks like the font is a little bit different. The font is 14. Yeah, I see it. It's 14. So it's 14 here. Okay, so I don't know if this other one below is 14 as well. Oh, it's also 14. So here is 14 as well. 14. And then the sign-in is 14 as well. I hope you've been able to learn a lot of things today. And we're supposed to have a line between these and these, right? So let's duplicate this and put it here. Now I want to create that line. So let me see if I can find that too. It is called a separator. Okay, so that's not there. It's a divider. Now it says here vertical divider, but I don't want it to be vertical. I want it to be horizontal. I used to see vertical like horizontal divider before, so but I don't know how it disappeared. So guys, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to just go ahead and do something really funny. So I'm going to put a container right inside it. This is a very bad practice. Container inside it, and then the container is taking the entire space. So let's say, what's the dimension of this column? I don't know the dimension of the column, but let's see if I can see the container that covers it. So it's 49.3. So yeah, so 49.3. Let's go here to this container and give it a dimension 49.3. So 400. Oh, what did I see? I think something like this here. So like that, and then the width is going to just be 1 pixel. Let's make it a little bit deeper. So 2. I'm doing this from my design sense in Illustrator. So fill color, let's give it gray. All right, so it gives me what I want. I can just turn this into 1. All right, guys. I don't know if this is how others do it, but when I design, I actually use like a typical line. But I think this is another way to achieve the same thing. So that's it. So we've done that one. Then let's go ahead and do this other one the same way. So we will go ahead and then click on this and take this all of this row off. And this is the first container. So I'm going to just divide this container by, let's just make it 150. So 150, right? Yeah. So 150 by 1, and then the fill color is this one. Okay. So all right, then in this, that's a container. So in that same row, this is the row that everything is inside. I'll add a text that says or. Okay, so these are just like things you get to learn when you figure out when you're working with me. Okay, so 16, and then so then I will click on the row again and add another container. Tricky, right? But that's how this thing is done. Add another container and say 150 by 1 pixel and change the color to gray. Okay, so then of course give it some padding on the left here, 16, so that we can have something like a central alignment there. All right, so it looks like it's way longer. So let's take off some things here. Let's take off 10 pixel on the side, and then take so let me select this container and take off 10 pixel here. So make it 140. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are okay. This one is too obvious. The line here is too obvious. It's too dark. So let's click on this. Let me see. This guy is too dark. I don't know what I used. I think I will use this one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and check it out, and then we'll close it. We'll close the class in 8 minutes. That makes it full 2 hours. And so as you can see, we have something similar to the Fiverr login page, guys. So this is it. It all looks cool. Now, if this was a natural button, right, we would have that hand showing, but this is just a container. So it's only when you add an action to it that you will now see the hand. But this is it, guys. We have something really sleek. So by tomorrow, I will show you how to make these fold, like when you, how do I mean? Like, I mean responsive, right? So then by tomorrow we will continue. I will want us to continue like creating all of this. We're going to create all of this by tomorrow. Or better still, should we have another class today? I think we can have another class today, like a second class by the next 3 hours. So 3 hours is from, this is 2 hours from 2 p.m. That's 4, 7. So 7 p.m., right? So we can have another class. So I think this is where I stop sharing. All right, guys. So I think we are. Joy said no. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, guys. Can we just have like another class? Is it possible to have another class? Just a joke. No. All right. So no class then. No problem. Just go and practice what we have done so far. We can do the classes tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow we'll have 2 classes. One is going to be on how to optimize your LinkedIn for better visibility and so that you can get more clients. So no class today, no labs as well. We will have yeah, tomorrow is fine, no problem. So we will have the class tomorrow, and that's it. Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was really nice to have you guys on the session, and see you in tomorrow's class. There'll be two classes. One is going to be LinkedIn optimization class, and then the second one is going to be a continuation of this class where we try to develop the complete. I think it's we'll be faster this time around, but we will try to be like make it maybe not the complete landing page of Fiverr, but I would like to, so we can just see how far we can go with just a landing page. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's just show the thank yous. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, tomorrow. Yes. Okay. All right. No problem. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely evening. Okay. Bye.